In our previous video, we saw about grid layout. I have explained you properties like grid template columns, grid template rows, column gap, row gap, and etc. Now in this today's video, we will explore some more properties of CSS grid layout. Hey there tech buddies, welcome back to IMS Coding. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So here in Visual Studio Code, you can see our previous code that we have written in our previous video. Now first, let's view this page. So right click here and click on Show Preview option. If you are not be able to see that option, then install Live Preview extension. This is the extension that we are using here. Okay. Now let's come back here. So now let's explore grid row and grid column. So these two properties help us to change the position of elements in grid layout. Now let's see this in code. Here I am creating a new class called item 7 for our 7th item, and here I am adding grid row property and setting its value to 1/2. Now let's add this class into our item 7. Okay, and to see it more clearly, let's change the background color of our 7th element. So here I am changing the background color to green. Okay, now in the browser you can see the 7th item is moved to first index. It's because of grid row property. So we have specified here that we want to align our 7th item from first row to second row. So here 1 is the starting row and 2 is the ending row. Means item 7 will be placed at the position of row number 1 and 2. If I make it 3, then it will take the space from row number 1 to 3. So this is row number 1, then 2, and then 3. Okay, to see it more clearly, let's make the height to 100%. So we don't want to apply any cap here. Now you can see, and this is the first row, and here is the second row, the last, here is the third row. Okay, I think we should open it into browser. So there you will be able to understand it more clearly. So right click here and then click on Open with Live Server. Now here, right click here and then click on Inspect. Okay, so when I hover on this container, then you can see the grid lines more clearly. Here is the first row, then the second row, and the third row. So we have specified row for our 7th item that we want to expand it from row number 1 to row number 3. So I hope you understood that. Now let's go back to Visual Studio Code and let's add the second property, that is grid column. And this property also accepts two values. So here I am setting the value to 3/4. And this is also same as grid row. Here 3 is the starting value of the column and the 4 is the ending value. Go back to browser and here you can see the item number 7 is placed at the last column because we have specified that we want the starting column 3 and the ending column is 4. Okay, here we have only 3 columns, that's why it got placed at the end. Now, if I change the value of 3 to 2 and go back to browser, now you can see the 7th item got placed at the position of column number 2 to 4. And here I also want to change the width to 100%. So it will remove the cap that we have added in our item class. Here we have specified the height and width properties. So in our item number 7, I am overriding that CSS property. Now you can see the position of our item number 7 is starting from column number 1 to 3. So here is the column number 1 and the last column is column number 3. That's why it's taking this much space. Okay. Now let's add some more properties. So in our container class, I want to add justify content property and I'm setting its value to center. So it will place all our items in center. And similar to this, we can also use align items property and let's make it center. Go back to browser. So it's working fine. We can also use justify content and align items property here. So that's it for today's video, and this is the most used properties of CSS grid layout. I think it's enough for you, but if you want to learn more about CSS grid layout, then I'll attach a link in the description. Check out that. Also, if you want the source code, then please do check out in the description. This video is a part of our HTML and CSS Beginners Guide course, so please do check out our playlist. Like this video, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding, everyone.